It started, President-elect Donald Trump releasing a new video laying out his plans for his first 100 days in office, including boosting national security, eliminating regulations, ending abuses of visa programs, implementing ethics reforms, canceling restrictions on U.S. energy production, and withdrawing from the controversial TPP trade deal. Watch.
On trade, I am going to issue our notification of intent to withdraw from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, a potential disaster for our country. Instead, we will negotiate fair bilateral trade deals that bring jobs and industry back onto American shores.
But noticeably missing from the list are some of Mr. Trump's biggest campaign promises, including plans to build a wall along our border with Mexico, repealing Obamacare, and reversing the Iran nuclear deal. James, what do you make of those things being left out?
Well, it's important to listen carefully to exactly what he said. He was laying out the vision for the executive orders that he plans to issue on day one and beyond.
Which can easily be done, obviously. 100
days. So repealing Obamacare is something that's going to require an act of Congress. So I think maybe that's why that was excluded, and perhaps he doesn't feel like an executive order is the instrument by which he'll build the wall. And he also at the end said these are a few of the things. So I don't think it was intended as a comprehensive statement of his first 100
So timing, obviously, a big part of his decision to just lay out these at first.
Yeah, I mean, his deportation force, the wall, obviously two big things he ran on. I actually think you're just talking about the first 100 days. I think if you're a hardcore Trump supporter, you'd probably be pretty satisfied by this. And I think going forward, obviously building the wall is going to take like Congress and a lot more effort and a lot more energy. So I actually wasn't surprised by this.
But his critics might point out, hey there, look, he didn't even mention the wall as part of his first 100 days.
He intentionally didn't take on things that he's going to have to work with Congress on, like tax reform. Tax reform, corporate and or individual tax reform, could happen in the first 100, 150 days. But again, he needs to have that bargaining chip on the side. Doesn't mention it here. Curious that he didn't mention rescinding President Obama's order on keeping 5 million illegal immigrants in this country, even though it's caught up in the, still caught up in the courts. He could have rescinded that, I suppose, but he didn't hit that either.
Julie?
Well, first and foremost, the TPP, you need an act of Congress to obviously pass treaties, so I don't know what he's talking about. You don't need to do anything in TPP. It's not happening, and I think even President Obama said it's not happening. Secondly, look, I want the wall. I expect the wall. He ran on the wall. I want him to repeal Obamacare on day one. I believe that was a commitment that he made. I expect that to happen. I expect him to deport 11 million illegal immigrants. He said that he's going to do that. I expect those things to happen, and more importantly, I didn't vote for him, but his voters expect that to happen. And so when I hear things like this, if I were a Trump voter, I'd be a little concerned that all the reasons I voted for him, whether it's because of the wall or because of illegal immigration or because of the repeal of Obamacare, I haven't heard one word about that yet. If he's doing a video like he just did, he could have addressed those people, and they deserve to hear it. If he's not going to do it, by the way, he's got Congress. He doesn't need to worry about it. Congress is 100% in Republican hands. But it's very easy sailing for him.
James, let's go back to this. He's laying out his first 100 days. He's only been President-elect Trump for a few weeks here. Is he being, harshly judged by the media, and he's not even in the office yet?
Whatever the subject is if it's Donald Trump and the media are involved, yes, he's being harshly judged. But again, I just want to say that he was speaking to the use of executive orders in these first 100 days with this video. He wasn't laying out everything he's going to try and accomplish.
And by the way, on the Trans-Pacific Partnership, this is kind of news to the other countries in the TPP. They were still, regardless of who won, whether it was Hillary Clinton who waffled on it or Donald Trump, now you've got China. China's a beneficiary of this, and I will be curious to see how investors react to it. But China is partnering with all these.
Julie does make a good point in the sense, though, that if he doesn't do the wall, which I'm fascinated as someone who grew up on a border state to see how this is actually going to happen and how much it's going to cost. If he doesn't fulfill some of his big promises, the meat and potatoes base of this party that elected him are going to be angered and be even more disenchanted by politics because President Obama made a bunch of promises he wasn't able to fulfill. So I agree with you. There's going to be a lot of upset core voters if he doesn't end up doing it.
And most vocal supporters on talk radio, for instance, have said that they're going to hold his feet to the fire. They're going to be monitoring
But as far as how Americans are feeling today, the latest CNN ORC poll revealed that 53% say that President Trump will do a very good or fairly good job. We've combined some numbers there from the polling, but
it shocks me his numbers are up. so quickly. Just he hasn't been in office. What, he was elected 2 weeks ago, and
it's the aura. The aura attaches immediately.
Is it just that people are giving him, even people like me, are giving him a chance to lead and giving him a shot? Myself at the top.